Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 28th of January 2020 and welcome to live number 32. Today it's gonna be a strange one because even though I was recording my manhood video training which I'm preparing for later this year, and I was doing really amazing, happy, and kind of inspiring concepts, and going really deep in all of this. But then somewhere along the day, I kind of been hit with this strange vibe. The last, I don't know, yesterday or 2 days ago, someone said something like, "Look how 2020 started. Fires in Australia, then what is the earthquake in Turkey, then Kobe died with his daughter and a few other people in this helicopter crash, then the coronavirus, and they and someone said as like interesting start of the year, and today I was even more kind of slapped with the concept that the coronavirus is the beginning of the end, that this is the end of everything as we know it, just happening in front of our eyes. And if that's true, I have no clue. But I start to think how in this whole thing, manhood kind of gets its part to play. And it's crazy because for the last few years, because of this extreme versions of feminism, we've basically been attacked over and over again. And don't get me wrong, for many things that happened, it was, well deserved, like the this whole thing with casting couch and so on. But in from perspective of a normal guy who just living in being a husband, being a friend, most of it was completely outside of what I've been kind of dealing as, or saying as my own manhood experience. I didn't do anything of this stuff. So the attack on everyone, especially from this, maybe it was just because they were screaming the loudest, and that was the whole idea. But this whole thing it was kind of crazy. But today I started to think in this whole concept, what is my experience? And I've got to tell you, I watched my father doing his own thing because he's a preacher, and he did a lot of things in church in Poland. And I've seen situations when he was stressed, and I've seen that he kind of kept things to himself, because even though my mom knew most of the stuff, she didn't know everything, and even not even mentioning us as kids, because he won't gonna put it on her if she cannot really help him. And I remember from early childhood I was thinking, who's helping him? Who is someone that he would be able to talk to? And if he had no friends on his level, it's like he's alone. Interestingly enough, I talked to my grandpa. He's seen World War II, and he was working for more than 4 years when Russia was basically taking over the control of my country of Poland, and the things he saw starting from World War II and then going towards, he was telecommunication specialist for so many years in Warsaw, when Mother Russia was basically sitting on Poland and basically dictating whatever is going to happen. And it wasn't a nice time. And again, he said at least few things about what he saw during that time, and that was really nasty. It was like really nasty stories, like um, I'm not going to even mention any of them. But interestingly enough, he says that, and he's doing it openly, that there are things I'm not going to talk about because they were so horrible, so horrific, that it's not going to, I'll not release it through. I'm not going to open my mouth and talk about it ever. I'm taking it to my grave. And then I start to think that I think we got it all wrong, the whole situation, that when something happens, something scary like the coronavirus, it's a scary thing, but because the when you look at how fast it's spreading, and when you hear what specialists say about lethality and so on, it's getting nasty. And then when you look at all of this from position of manhood, because that's my angle, I start to think that we've got it all wrong. That in the time of peace, manhood, and in being having or being this kind of guy who is good for her family and so on, that's kind of a luxury. And as oppressing this, from looking from society perspective, attacking man is a luxury that we have just because we have this first world peace-based problems. Because it's kind of a problem like, I don't have the newest iPhone. It's a problem of first world, but not the rest of the world, which is most of it. Most of the people have much bigger problems than that. And exactly the same thing happens with this kind of stuff. That we're trying to find a guilty party just because we're feeling bad, and we blame this group or that group. But when something goes wrong, and this smelly thing really hits the fan, then you as a guy, you have to be prepared that every eye, every pair of eyes will just, they'll fly directly to you. And then strain will not matter, and independence won't matter, wink wink. Then one thing that you'll hear is, do something. Because unfortunately, looking at time of peace, some luxuries that we had, they're not gonna happen when something will go wrong. And God forbid, let's hope that for the next 50 years or the end of our generation, or 2 or 5 generations from now, everything's gonna be fine. I hope that would be really awesome. But looking from a man's perspective, you got to kind of hope for the best but prepare for the worst. At least mentally, because when something is gonna go wrong, everybody's gonna look at you and try to, they will want you to do something. They will need you to be prepared. So I start to think, why are you watching this video? What is the thing that you look for, searching for some help, some answers, some content regarding manhood? Because I want you to understand that, now when everything is fine, at least until today, it's gonna matter or not. But if you want to be man for real, you've got to push pedal to the metal. Because if you have issues today with how to talk to girls, or how to manage your relationship because it's not going well, you're gonna have to do much more than that. You have to be able to control and maintain much more when something will go wrong. So if you want to be a real man, push yourself to be fit physically, to be fit mentally, to have some cash stashed somewhere, and be prepared. So whatever happens, you'll have at least some level of control, some level of preparedness. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying be a doom prepper, but I'm saying be prepared. That whatever happens, whether it be something small or something bigger, I want you to be prepared. I want you to be mentally prepared that this what manhood means. That whatever happens, I'm gonna be prepared to protect my family. I'm gonna be prepared to kind of do something, have some answers, some understanding to what's going on. So this is what I want you to take from this video. Think, what do you really understand, and what do you really look for, and who do you want to be when you think about yourself as a guy, as a man, and do more, just in case. Think about it, do something about it, and see you tomorrow.